Okay, guys, we are back again today. So we'll be talking about these few widgets that are here and how we can use them. What are they for? Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing today, just to be a good one. And let's start with there are so many things here. So this is for save. You can save your project once you've done this. You can save your projects. I told you guys I was just talking about the important ones. I guess this for print, this for zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. I think yeah. So this. Okay, so one of the stuff that is important here is the electric rules checker. We call it ERC, sorry, ERC, electric rule checker. So what does it do? Imagine, let's say you're done with your schematic, you're done with your circuit diagram and everything on related to the circuit drawing, and you want to move into your PCB layout. So this is very vital because it helps to identify errors. So if you have any errors on your design, let's say any electrical errors, either your pin is not connected in the right format, either you did not put a ground connection, either a power connection is not being placed well, it flags all those errors and it helps you to make some adjustments on your design before moving into the next stage. It's very important. So to use this, we just click on the ERC. So this, it can bring out errors and also warnings. So errors are very vital. You need to look into errors well. Then for warnings, you can just check, okay, what are the issues? So you can just make sure you do everything. So to run it, you press run ERC. So run ERC. And now we are having lots and lots and lots and lots of errors here. So what are the errors? Yeah, it is telling us pin not connected. So the symbol U2 pin 4 not connected. And one thing that is important here, it always flags the point that the errors are. You're seeing it. I told you guys that when you have exposed pins, one of the software can flag errors, and I've told you guys how to correct the errors. You put this stuff, place no connect flag. So you put it and the errors won't be there. You see it, guys. So let me do this again and run. So now we have about 98 errors, and I've put two of these no connection flag. So we should have 96. Okay, we'll have 94 now. You've seen it, so it reduces. And yeah, so this for the errors. We also have for warnings also. So to see just the warnings, you can uncheck this. You just see a warning here, and you know what you can do with the warning. Then to see the errors, you can just do this and uncheck that. And once you have all these marks here, if you want to remove them, you can just come here and put delete all markers. So once you put delete all markers, it goes out, and you are going to go and continue your design. And let's another thing is annotate schematic. Schematic annotation is very, very much important. So schematic annotation is just identifying which components are there, or identifying a specific component on your schematic sheet. So let's say let me bring more resistance. Let me duplicate Control D. But the KiCad software is now very intelligent that it just allocates the schematic for you. So the allocation here, annotation here, sorry, annotation here is arrow 1 for the resistor, this arrow 1, this arrow 2, this arrow 3, this arrow 4. For the IC, this U1, if we have another IC to be U2 and other. Okay, this is U2, this is sensor, but this is an IC also, this is U2 and other. So we can also annotate the schematic by with this in case the annotation is not right. Or let's say I delete this um, arrow 2. There's no arrow 2, so there's just arrow 1, arrow 3, and arrow 4. So I can come to annotate it here. Once I click on this, okay, you can leave everything in the default stuff, then just put annotate. So we'll come back. Now you've seen that these have changed. So we now have arrow 2 and arrow 3, no more arrow 4. Very important. Annotation is a good stuff you need to do on your design. You get to make sure everything is well aligned and structured. Okay, that's for that. What other stuff? Okay, this is for bomb. We want to talk about bomb now when we are moving into the when we are moving into the when we are moving into after our PCB layout, we'll talk about bomb. So one thing I'll talk about again is the PCB editor. So this for the PCB editor, I'll just open it and I'll come back to the schematic. So for the PCB editor, you can access it through here. Once you open the PCB editor, this how okay it normally loads. Then this how it will be. So this is the point where you start doing your traces, placing your components, how the components should look physically. You do all that on the PCB editor. So I can cancel. Then we also have the assign footprint. So if you click on assign footprint, this point is also important because we have the normal symbol library or the normal component symbol, and we have component footprint. Component footprint is actually talking about the physical size and shape of the component. Again, the symbol is just like a diagram format, but the component footprint is telling us the physical size or shape of the IC. So let's say, for example, let me take this sensor that is here. If I click on this, so this what all these things we are seeing here is the components that are on our schematic sheet. So let me take these ones that are on yellow simply means they don't have any symbol, any footprint for now. So we need to allocate footprint for them manually. This already has the footprint. So to see the footprint for this, once you click on this, you can come to this point, view selected footprint. So you're seeing it, then you zoom in, which is which is F1. So this is the footprint for this. I don't know if it will have a 3D view. Okay, 3D view also. Let me talk about the 3D view. The 3D view is just saying how the component is, how the component is structured. I get how the component is structured. Why the footprint is telling us this, giving us the point where the pins of the components are. So for 3D view, you can click on this that is here. You're seeing 3D view, or we can also press Alt 3. So for 3D view, so this is it. Then I can zoom in. I can zoom in with control with F1. Then you can also use your cursor or your mouse to highlight, to rotate, and other stuff. So we are seeing it. This is the 3D view. If we check inside this, you can see the footprint, and on this part also I can remove this here. Okay, so this is the pad. This is the pad I'm talking about. Then this is the 3D view, guys. So that is for this. That is for this. So on these other ones that does not have 3D, that does not have footprint, we'll allocate footprint for them, but we'll do that as we start our design. That's when we're going to do that, guys. Yeah. So, and before moving into PCB layout, you need to make sure that after your schematic, you do your footprint assignment. So assign all the footprints to the components. Then after assignment, then we move into the PCB layout. That's it. We'll move into the PCB layout. So yeah, guys, that is that for today. So our next video will be talking about how to create a symbol, a custom symbol library for a component on the KiCad software. So stay tuned, like, follow, share, and also comment.